when you look at this game today, you guys were able to get things going. You had 9 hits, so you did create some traffic, but that home run from you, that was the difference maker in this game. What adjustments were you making to Matthews to get that swing?
Yeah, just a well-pitched ball game on both sides, really. Sometimes you got to grind and fight, and I was able to get into a hitter's count and able to put a good swing on and get one over the fence.
The offense is still looking to get going. You called me a little bit dramatic, respectfully, earlier, but what did you just see from the quality of at-bats this evening?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to go through a couple stretches here and there, and sometimes, luckily, we got a really good pitching staff, and we only scored 2 runs and still win a game. So good teams win close ball games. We'll get it going. It's the middle of the year. We'll be fine.
Talking about really good pitching, Eric Lauer, he's come over to this team and he's been excellent, but 6 no-hit innings. What was it like playing behind him today?
Yeah, he just filled up the zone. That's what pitchers are trying to do, throw strikes, keep us in it. We got a really good defense behind him and came in the game and, threw up wonderful 6 innings and gave us a chance to win.
This is going to be a longer road trip. How important is it just for game 1 to get things going?
Yeah, especially after the last couple of days. It's nice to get a first one on a long road trip, and hopefully we can get a series win tomorrow.
All right, Freddie, congratulations on this one tonight.
Thank you.
Kyle, the Dodgers said that you were dealing with a lower back spasm, and it's something that you felt before. Can you just describe when this started today, or if it started recently, and kind of how you're feeling now?
I really felt it like when we went out for defense in between innings in the first. Back just lit up, and went out there, just tried to hope that it would kind of calm down or go away or something. I'd just keep playing through it. So went through the bottom of the first like that, and then through that top of the second, and went through the at bat and kind of on the bases and stuff, and it kind of was just still sticking around, still kind of there. So Doc just went ahead and put AC in and got me out of there.
Is this something that you have felt before or experienced before? And if so, is there a concern level with this?
I had it once, a couple years ago. It was just the one time. It didn't, the initial, when my back locked up, kind of felt like that, so I kind of knew what it was, but it wasn't, to the extent that it was that I had before, so hopefully that's good. We just got to kind of see how it goes tomorrow.
When you had it before, how long were you down? Were you in the lineup next day?
I don't know if it's going to go the exact same. The next day I came back the next day, or the last time the next day I came back pretty good. I think I was in there the next series, but it didn't feel like how it did last time. It was a little bit, which is good. Last time it was lighting up every couple seconds or minutes or whatever, but here is just that one time it lit up my whole back, and then after that kind of calmed down, but it's just super sore and smaller kind of spasms that I've kind of felt.
Are there any movements in particular that make you feel it? Or?
Yeah, kind of just more so just rotating, when you have to throw or swing a bat. I didn't really know how that first at bat was going to go, because I was just basically seeing how I felt on deck, and finishing the swing kind of hurt. So I just went up there trying to hope that it'd go away, or I could just keep going throughout the game with it. Ended up just swinging at the first pitch and then drawing a walk after that. So that's just kind of how it went.
You've been doing any stuff pre-game or anything that might have, any extra swings or anything that might have led to this? I
don't know. It could just be random. Might have felt a little something earlier, but nothing that I really noticed or kind of paid attention to or really bothered me. Kind of feel a little sick, so I'm sure that probably doesn't help, but kind of just happened. So
kind of given the way this year has gone so far, is it just kind of one of those here we go again type thing, or something else?
I don't know. Hopefully I can feel good, come in, wake up tomorrow and feel fine and get in there. We'll just kind of TBD on that, so we'll see how it goes.
Eric, when you just look at facing this team, the second time you faced them this year, how different did this one feel compared to the last one?
A lot better. The first one, they got me a little bit, so definitely wanted to make sure I had better command of the zone and control of my stuff. And luckily enough, I was able to get some early outs and some quick outs, so it worked out.
How much do you attribute to that being just the work that you've put in, the findings you've had since coming over to this organization?
I think it plays a huge role. I think that's kind of exactly what I want to see, especially on days like today where I don't feel like I have my best stuff or my best velo. I'm still able to command the zone and execute pitches well. So putting a lot of emphasis on the defense today was a huge part, and it's something that we definitely can do because we have a defense that's that good. So yeah, definitely felt a lot better about today as far as command and control of the zone.
How did the communication go with Dave and the staff just leading into this, knowing this we're preparing for following an opener today?
What was the beginning of that?
How did the communication just kind of go, and like how much did it help maybe to have a heads up that this was going to be coming?
Yeah, they Doc, told me pretty early on, like they were thinking about it. We had a nice conversation about it. He explained his thoughts on it. I explained my thoughts on it, and we kind of had a nice come together of this is the plan, this is what we see, and we're not going to deviate from it. So I think that's huge, especially in this kind of situation where some unknowns can creep in throughout the game, especially if that first inning goes a little sideways or something. So being up front and knowing what the plan is no matter what is really big.
You obviously addressed the opener comments when you first got here, but how much of kind of that earlier frustration was around like knowing the exact plan and when you were coming in versus just the idea in general? Yeah, I think my issue is more with when plans change. It makes it a little harder. In general, it makes it a little harder to prepare, but it makes it way harder when the plan changes in game. So being able to have that solidity and what the idea is, what the plan is, and what's going to be executed just allows me to prepare to be my best when I get out there, so that that's all I really want. I just want to be put in a position where I can be at the top of my game so that the team does better. And I feel like if I'm not in a good position, or I'm kind of in a gray area, that doesn't help anybody. So that's my thoughts.
Dave, let's start with just the injuries. For Kyle Tucker, doctors announced lower back spasm. Are you concerned with that? What did you see there that just immediately seemed like you knew that he needed to come out?
Yeah, back spasmed up, and he took it was right when we took the field, and so yeah, and I saw him take his at bat. I saw a little bit of wincing and kind of when he was jogging on the first base, and then once he got to second base, I think it was just more of just not seeing him move the right way and didn't want to put him in any more jeopardy. And so I felt it was just smart to just pivot right there.
Are you concerned with this injury, or do you think this could potentially be an IL stint? What do you think this just means moving forward?
Not overly concerned. Obviously, with the back, you got to be mindful. But he said he's had it before. And so he's played the next day, and he's also done it. And I think he's taken a day off. So I think for me, it's just day to day. We'll see how he is, how he comes in tomorrow.
And then Dalton with the concussion protocol, how is he doing?
He's doing well. He passed the protocol test, but I guess you got to do it again in 24 hours. So tomorrow we'll do the same thing. But I would say it's pretty unlikely he'll be in there tomorrow, just to potentially give him another day.
Will you have to bring someone out here just in case?
We are going to bring someone just to kind of guard against that, but I'm not sure who.
Is Tucker going to go for imaging tomorrow?
No, not that I understand.
He says he's had that before. Has he had that this year at all?
No, not with us, no.
Eric Lauer was excellent. Obviously, you guys set it up so that he would come in second. For him to have six no-hit innings of work, what were you just seeing from him that allowed him to be so effective?
He was great. I don't think he had his best stuff, but I think that he did a good job of changing speeds, executing pitches, and letting those guys put the ball in play. And he controlled the pace of the game and took down a lot of hitters, got us to the eighth inning, and the bullpen was great. So he did a fantastic job tonight.
Despite everything y'all have made, y'all are the first team to get 50 wins this season. I mean, just thinking about everything that y'all have had to go through, whether it be your bullpen or whether it be your hitters, and I know you said a couple of guys have been searching for hits. What does that say? How does that speak to your team and the resilience of your team this year?
I think that's the word, resilience, and there's a lot of things that we can't control, health, performance, so it's just guys got to be ready when called upon. And even tonight, to see Alex come in and make a really nice defensive play, throw out a couple hits, and then Chucky to come in cold and then catch the way he did was huge for us. But we've had a lot of guys step up in place of some guys that have been hurt. but speaks to the depth and just also the mindset. We're just going to keep moving forward.
Sorry, back to Dalton for a sec. Was it that first foul tip?
It was. It squared him up, and he was a little groggy, and so on the bench talking to the training staff, they just kind of recommended to me that probably best we get him out.
Otani's kind of been looking like Otani here the last few weeks. So what are you kind of seeing from him?
He's just he's controlling the zone. There's a lot of balls down below that he's not chasing. He's getting into good counts, and when it is in his favor, he's putting good swings on it. So, yeah, that's when you can do that, when he can do that, there's just no one better.
It's kind of always said June's power month. Like, are you sort of seeing that, especially with how the ball's coming off the bat lately?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Obviously, the way he has been this June, it's been really special.